Kia says they're going to send me a Sportage SUV. Let's take a look at the price range. $27,285 base up to $39,785. Quite a spread. Well, here's the price sticker. Let's take a close look. Yeah, it looks like we got the hybrid. $30,000 starting. Lots of standard equipment. Here we go again with the stupid options. $155 for carpeted floor mats. They're going to charge us for the air in the tires too. Come on, Kia, why do you do this? And here's the total tab. And the claim fuel economy. That's exactly what we got on the Toyota RAV hybrid. Be interesting to see if we really get it. And you'll be happy to know this vehicle is made pretty much in Korea. That's good. They have pretty good high quality over there. They really slap them together good. By the way, I also tested a Toyota RAV4 hybrid. Advertised at 38 miles to the gallon, and we actually got that. If you want to see that video, we'll have a link for that at the end of this video. And we also tested the Kia Niro hybrid plug-in. Got some better fuel economy off that, so you're getting 3 hybrid video tests for the price of 0. Click watch and enjoy, and subscribe. So here we are at our test facility. Let's roll this thing out and see what it looks like. Pretty nice looking. Side view. This is a dark metallic blue. I'm sure they have a fancier name for it. And the rear view. And I see the neighborhood cats have been using this as a launching pad or something. I can remember the original Sportage, size of a shopping cart on 4 little wheels. My, how this thing has grown. And for 2023, now it's even bigger, being 7 inches longer, around 3.5 inches wider at the wheelbase, and about a ½ inch wider on the body, I'm told. As we do in all of our videos, we're going to take these headlights out in the dark and see how they perform on a night drive. We did a separate video on YouTube already on that, but if you missed it, this will be in part 3 of this particular video. Strange looking bulbs. I'm told the storage area is 39.5 cubic feet, but right now we want to check and see if there's a spare tire. Indeed there is. Extra storage space under here too. The base engine puts out 187 horsepower. This is the optional 1.6 liter turbo combination hybrid. Puts out 227 horsepower. And I have to check on that again. It's very, very unusual to have a turbo engine and a hybrid set up in the same system. Very unique. And as you saw on the price sticker, 38 miles to the gallon, highway or city on this hybrid, but that's with all-wheel drive that we have. I'm told if you get the 2-wheel drive, it's 42 in the city, 48 on the highway, and 43 overall. So if you don't need all-wheel drive, don't get it. This is a very nice-looking modern cabin. Room for 2 full-size adults in the second row seating. The bodywork on the door comes all the way down to the bottom, so it keeps the rocker panels reasonably clean. One thing I like about this vehicle, no CVT transmission, which is common on hybrids. I don't know anyone who likes CVT gearboxes. This is a 6-speed automatic. Here's the shift knob, if you won't call this a knob. The swirling wheel. A lot of people don't like these. I don't know why. It's far superior than a shift stick. You don't have to take your eyes off the road. It automatically goes into park when you turn the vehicle off. Far better system. Period. Glove box has lots of room in there. The sun visors slide back and forth to keep the sun out of the side windows. Some vehicles you can't do this, amazingly. And yes, you can take this off-road, not only because of the tall ground clearance, but we have, I guess you could call this a locking differential. The climate controls are very simple, but I don't understand why we get nice knobs to adjust the temperature and these annoying push pad things for the fan speed. Why don't you just give us knobs all the way around, Kia? Come on. One way or the other, and the other needs to be all knobs. Get a large info screen. A nice gauge cluster. And radio controls on the steering wheel, volume on the left, channel on the right. Which is good because there's no knobs on the dash. Guess everything is done here. And according to this, 61 miles with short trips. 28.6 mpg. That's not very good. We'll have to rack up some more miles. See if we can bump this number up. And I'm happy to see we do not have an auto-dimming mirror. I can't stand those things. Simple manual. That's all you need. Last thing you want to do is drive in heavy city traffic at night with a blacked out mirror. Not safe. This solves the problem. Turn it on when you need it. Mainly highway driving, turn it off, flick of a switch. And here's what the rear view camera looks like. Very nice clarity. So let's go out and do some driving. We'll start by chaining the turning circle. A lot of body lean, but still holds its course. Power steering feels kind of rubbery, but responsive enough. This is an SUV, not a sports car. I don't think anybody will be complaining. And as we do all our videos, we're going to take some mild speed humps from 15 to 20 miles per hour, see how the suspension performs on impact. Here comes bump number 1. Pretty smooth. Now 20 miles per hour, the other bump. No difference, and the big nasty one. Hang on. Felt it slightly, but cushy enough. 1.6 liters for an engine isn't much. Some motorcycles have a bigger engine than that, but with the turbo and the hybrid batteries, this thing has a lot of grunt. No problem moving out. Nice brakes, good feel, very responsive. And there are people who will say, well, 1.6 liters with a turbo, it's not going to last very long. Well, Kia's got a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty on it, so why worry? If it dies or blows up, they'll just fix it or give you a new engine. I'm not too happy with this MPG rating, 28.9 and 100 miles of city driving, so let's take a 100-mile highway trip. See if we can bump it up a bit. About ready to wrap up this trip, and we have a lot of strong winds out here pushing against the vehicle, so it might screw up our fuel economy numbers. As we get into town, we'll have less wind. Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Okay, let's check out the numbers. 115 miles, 27 mpg. Like I said, we were fighting some wind there. And coming into town, with very little wind, we got 29.8. And thus far, 224 miles, 27.9 for the entire 4 days we've been driving. Good chance we'll take another freeway trip tomorrow with less wind. Let's reset the computer and do another highway drive. Hopefully less wind. Well, it looks like 30 miles to the gallon is the best we're ever going to see on this rig. So that's my take on this new Kia Sportage after a week of driving. Just some pointers here. Number one, if you drive where the roads are wet, like snow, rain, ice, or you're taking a vehicle off-road and need traction in the sand, all-wheel drive is useful, but if you don't drive like that, don't get the all-wheel drive version, get the two-wheel drive. All-wheel drive puts a lot of strain on the engine, uses more fuel, and doesn't give you the maximum fuel economy. That being said, what do I think of the Sportage? It's great to drive, comfortable, great handling, steering, braking, lots of room, good looking. I don't know why I didn't get the 38 miles to the gallon advertised. And overall, in the 350 miles of driving we did, we averaged around 29 mpg instead. Could have been the weather, who knows. For what it's worth, Consumer Reports tested the same vehicle and got 36 mpg, so what can I tell you? That covers the vehicle. Now let's cover the headlight test, and that was very, very interesting. Don't miss it. Here comes part 3 of the video. Alright, it's dark enough. Let's check these lights out. Definitely unique. And here's the rear. Emergency flashers, not very large or very bright. Not with the taillights on anyway. Got them on the side view mirror. Yeah, the headlights are drowning them out. Headlights off, much better. Same with the rear. Put the transmission in reverse. This is what you see. Pretty good clarity. All the other controls light up pretty good. Shift knob. Other controls. Gauge cluster. And we don't have an auto dimming mirror, thank you. Just a manual operation. On, off. That's the way I like it, because I do not want a darkened mirror driving city traffic. It's dangerous. If you have an auto dimming mirror, look for a disconnect switch if you're driving at night. If not, putting tape over the sensor hole works. Still got the Christmas lights up. Okay. The dark, dingy street test. You definitely need to have the high beams on if you're driving in a neighborhood like this. The low beams have too short a cutoff. Let's do the headlight test. That's what we're here for. I have the high beams, brights on at the moment on a wall 33 yards away, 100 feet. Pretty strong in the center. Not much of a spread, but that's okay. Now we got a low beam, and well, we're not going above the bushes. That means it's pretty low. In fact, it's cutting off just before the bushes. At around 60 feet. That's pretty low. The light doesn't strike me as being very bright. Looks that way on the camera, but not in person. Let's take it out on the street and see what we've got. Got the high beams on. Center reaches out okay. But go low beam. Nothing to see. Well, we do get some reflection far away, but as far as the pavement, after about 50-60 feet, the main beam wants to kind of peter off. I think we need to take these on the highway, see how they perform. Should be interesting. Now let's get on the freeway. Put some brights on, see how it lights up the road signs. I have the low beams on now. Now I've got the brights. Don't really see much difference, to tell you the truth. This is better. Now I can see things a lot more clear. But of course, we have about 500 lights on the ceiling to assist with that. So here we are out on the freeway driving with the headlights on low beam. Takes about 180 feet to stop a car at freeway speed, and my main cutoff is around 70 feet, and the main cutoff, well, we already know we can go out to 100 yards on the wall over the bushes, but I'm not seeing too much beyond that range. Now with the brights, it's not a problem, but go to low beam, gets pretty weak out that to that 100-yard line. I think for most of my highway driving, unless there's somebody right in front of me, I'm just going to drive with the high beam on. It's a pretty narrow beam, and I don't think I'm going to be blinding anybody on the left. At least I haven't been flashed. Not in the past 100 miles, and not tonight. So it doesn't seem to be bothering anybody as far as oncoming traffic goes. And I'll say it again, I've been very, very impressed with this Sportage in daily driving. Very comfortable, quick, smooth, quiet, but I think they could have done a slightly better job on these headlights. Not a deal killer, but I did expect more. But for 90% of your driving needs, I guess they will do.